And here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kaylee, and this is Kaylee's Household, where we talk about all things home technologies and especially home behaviors. One of my favorite things to do in my free time. Hold on, let's drink some detox tea together. This is Giada in my kitchen. Okay? Yeah, we're going to talk about Giada in my kitchen. I was super excited to see this new series on Amazon Prime. I'll leave the link for it. Episode 1, Season 1 just came out a few weeks back, and it is starring star chef Giada De Laurentiis. Hopefully I said that right. It seems like she's been in every type of kitchen. So anyway, when I read this, Giada in my kitchen, to her, the kitchen is the heart of the home. You already have me. You already got me, Giada. You already understand where I'm coming from. She teams up with A-list designer Eric Garcia to surprise a deserving family with the kitchen makeover of their dreams. It says their combined expertise leads to kitchens that are as beautiful as they are functional, transforming the lives of these families forever. It's the beauty and the function for me, for us here in Kaylee's household. Because why we are so focused on restoring order and peace in our homes. Her and Eric already have already you guys have my vote, because you got your priorities in order. Okay, you're not starting to, in the living room or trying to flex on your bedroom curtain skills. No, baby. You guys both understand where the blood is pumping from and to within each home. So congratulations, I'm watching. So here we have episode 1. Okay, so season 1, episode 1 of Giada in my kitchen is titled Cramped Cochinita Kitchen. Okay, the couple is Michael and Whitney. The background is they talk about how Michael, the husband, they cooked for the family while carrying the wife through a hard medical time. She did go through recovery she's a breast cancer survivor. They have 2 small kids from what looks like under 5 years old, so very busy. And the husband was already familiar with Giada. So Michael was already a fan, okay? Already about that chef life, okay? He identifies as a purist, which we'll get into a little bit later. Now, when they first give us the glance of this kitchen, you guys know I'm starting to glitch, okay? There's food all over the counters. There's no space to think about what is next or what is needed. There's chopped limes, there's this, there's that. He's just completely spreading himself out in the kitchen in no particular order. So the kitchen was a tornado kitchen. However, right away, Giada is asking the right questions. Immediately, she's getting to the core issue. Immediately. She's not wasting any time. So right away, she walks into his tornado kitchen, the husband, and she goes, "Are you using this pan?" He's like, "Oh, like I took it out, to move something or to grab something." She goes, "So we can put this away." Y'all, it's the passive aggressivity for me. And those small little digs are a friendly and funny way of socially intelligent, and she's applying it in the home. So immediately we're here. I'm here. So anyway, they go on
to talk about how he has a banana tree out back and how he's a purist and he uses all fresh ingredients and, all that stuff. Okay, now look.
I love me a garden. I love me some organic food. If you can grow it and you can eat it, 100%, I support that. Now, is him being a purist efficient for his household in the way that he's doing it? That's questionable for me. For instance, they show that he has a banana leaf or banana tree out. I don't know if it's a banana tree because I didn't see any bananas, but it's a banana leaf tree for sure. He goes out back and he grabs some fresh leaves and he's grilling it on the gas stove indoors. So already he's doing, stuff indoors that should be done outdoors, but so he's flexing. So obviously Michael is flexing on his chef skills, his presentation skills, and whatnot. Don't piss me off, because then they go to eat the tacos that he prepared with Giada on top of the banana leaf that he, grilled and did all this labor for. I mean, if we really want to calculate it, the banana leaf on that plate, I mean, that was at least 49 minutes of his life, right? And they didn't show anybody eating the banana leaf. So I'm thinking, so is this presentation purposes? So if y'all can put in the comments why that banana leaf was there, besides flexing that he has banana leaf plant and that he can cook it and present it very well, I'd love to hear this. If it adds to the taste, if it keeps the taco warm, I don't know what. It was very unnecessary. So that kind of annoyed me for sure. But God bless, right? It shows
that they love to cook and they love to host for their family and friends often, which checks out for Spanish American families. He is a Mexican American. That checks out. They definitely like to, cook in bulk, if you will, and serve in bulk and feed in bulk. And it's a very eating is a very community oriented activity. And so that's lovely. I'm not gonna lie, that is very lovely, especially with children and friends around and stuff like that. So it seems like they both have have built a great community where they live in Los Angeles area. Okay.
So Giada goes on to talk about, what they're open to, colors, about the makeover. She's going into how he functions in the kitchen and stuff. And I notice that they've got an electric kettle right at the entrance of the kitchen, and it's right next to the stove. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. I just picture that electric kettle being full, boiling hot water, and someone coming in hastily to the kitchen and knocking over the handle of it and then boiling waters. So my mind is already, just picturing all of the accidents, and to the fact that it is next to the breaks my rule of where you should be keeping your beverage station, which electric kettles are included in the beverage station. If you're going to have somewhere where you are preparing beverages, an electric kettle, even though it's just hot water and it could be used for many things, it still should be in, where the beverages are. So in that particular kitchen, not great that they had that electric kettle right next to the stove, right next to the stove, right next to the entrance. Scary times. Okay, so Giada and Eric are assessing the kitchen and the dining area, and they're just assessing the flow of this home, right? And how the individuals are interacting in said home. Like I said, they've got my vote. They're doing everything in the right order and with the right intention and motivation to create more order in this home. So anyway, Eric Garcia, the interior designer, he says the kitchen and dining need to speak to each other. This home. So I like that he said that. I'm also a huge fan, secretly, of laundry rooms being located in or around near the kitchen. I like this. Why do I like this? I like laundry rooms in the kitchen because noise is down. The noise is where the noise should be. Clankety clanks, all of the clanky noises do technically belong in the kitchen. So if we're clanking, you might as well have a washer and dryer clanking away in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. Household supply run. A lot of times, you bring the supplies in. They typically will all go either in the kitchen, utility room, or the laundry room. Okay, those three places is typically where you put all of your household inventory supplies, paper towels, all that good stuff. So if it's all nearby, it just makes it more efficient to unload and move on with your life. So they move on around to a secret and surprise breakfast nook. Okay. This is the most nookiest nooks that I've ever seen in my life. And it is beautiful with three, I think they're called bay windows, like the half circle, semicircle windows. Gorgeous. And it gets the greatest natural light into it. So y'all know it's the natural lighting for me. Okay, it's the natural lighting for me. Eric and Giada go ahead and tell Michael and Whitney that the renovation will take 6 weeks. And the husband almost looked like that was way too long to move back in with his parents or her parents, I'm not sure, but he was really about to cry about that 6 weeks situation. But it does turn out it was tears of joy, which it was not the first and or the last time that we would see Michael cry. God bless. So let's see. So they go into construction mode. So Eric Garcia at this point is really growing on me. Okay. Giada got my vote and Eric Garcia is growing on me. He didn't seem to have any issues with knocking the wall down. They both work very well together from what was shown on the show. The space planning session that they had, they both agreed on an island in that kitchen, which I completely agree with and needed more movement within that kitchen. I don't love the sink on the island idea. That is an outdated feature in homes, but I understand how it can work with, smaller spaces. It's kind of like sometimes you don't have much choice. And becoming a pseudo office. Can we talk about this? This was a fantastic idea. Okay. Any type of office let's go back in time, way back in time. So in the 50s and 60s, I believe, when they were building houses, they actually built like built-in desks in the homes. And I've actually cleaned some homes that were built around this time that have a little like office area in the kitchen or like directly next to the kitchen. They did this because household management tasks were completed in the kitchen. So calendar management, project management, inventory management, behavioral management, all types of household management was planned and executed in or next to the kitchen in a very professional way, in a very serious operational way. And you'll see that when you see like women in the kitchen back in those days, they had their little desk and they were, budgeting and they were, couponing and all that good stuff in the kitchen, so it's like you're still available for your family. But I like that it sets the tone that this is an area of work, because the kitchen is an area of work as much as it is an area of love and play, nurturing and nourishment. All of those things are well and good, but let us not forget the work that's involved in operating a home. So this nook becoming a little side office, chef's kiss. Okay. All right. So that settles it. I just wanted to make that clear, that household management space we love. Okay.